Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the Diaspora Podcast. The name is Sakele Ningumalo Usotondose Umkajwa. And before I introduce our guest for today, I'd like to implore you to please follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and please repost, share the reels that we post on social media so that you can help us to grow this platform that you love so much. So today on the platform, we've got none other than Umbegezeli Manzini Svanda. He's a Zimbabwean footballer who's based in Slovakia, and back home in Zimbabwe, he played for the Highlanders and also Talent Vision. Mbege, welcome to the podcast.
Yes, okay, how's it? How's it
Yeah,
going?
I'm good, and you?
Good, good, good. When we cheese that,
Slovakia.
my God, cheese, it's hot. It's gonna summer period.
Okay, nice one. So maybe to kick it off, can you tell us how you got into the game of football? When and where did you start to play the game of football?
Basically, ngikhule ngidlala ibhola from when I was young. Ngiphuma eMganwini. Yeah. So I had a lot of friends ngidlala labo ibhola who encouraged me like it's okay, hey, bro, you're a good player, so just keep at it. But we all know which situations they are different, especially when it comes to culture in Zimbabwe. Abomama who don't want for young guys to pursue football careers due to lack of money. Izinto ezikanjalo. But I was keeping at it. I really loved Ebola. Unfortunately, the problem was Mganwini we didn't have academies. So with school, there was no time for me within Hambe, like Wonketanine or Nkulumane, where they had academies to train. Because I'll have to walk there, walk 1 hour, waiting and then I come back, which makes it difficult because you also untambama and obviously umzali wakho ngeke akuvumele ukuthi every day you go to training ubuye ngabo 7 ntambama.
So
Into
you,
nzima
so
abantu
you,
bagcine bekubambe
so you did not play juniors football. You were only playing informally, like Umpepa Lamajita.
iphepha lamajida and
Esikolo
especially
ke.
second term, yeah. Ibhola kanje second term, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
second term that's used to play. And then at that term there were other sports like our basketball or volleyball. So I would participate in the squad of
Which school was that?
a primary. I went to Greenfield, and a secondary. I had 2 years in South Africa where I did to grade 8 to grade 9, and then I transferred back to David Livingstone, where I did Form 3 or Form 4.
So was your school team competitive there at David Livingstone, or you just competed with the others, but you never got to compete maybe at provincial level or at national level?
Oh, we actually did. We actually did. One year, that was the same year that was my first year going to ATV Livingstone, where we went Cholo to play. Was it nationals? I think it was nationals. Yeah. It was my inter schools because
Okay.
at that time it was only David Livingstone, and then the school is the Cholo. We had the Gyok also there, which had a very good football. The scholars our had good players, good football
Okay.
players, and yeah, Gyok was one of the schools that offered scholarship to good soccer players.
Okay,
So
so at your school, maybe which players did you play with that went on to play in the top flight, and maybe also at Clog, which players did you play against at Clog that you later came up against in the professional ranks?
So, I'm a players that I know of right now who are still playing Ebola was Upoto, who plays in Cyprus currently. So quarter plays in Cyprus. He was at Globe. He was there on a scholarship, and he was a very good player, a striker, strong and fast. I think he was a tip boss of which was 90. He played there after school.
Okay. So funny how we have a player in Cyprus there, and not much is being mentioned about him. Yeah. So okay, then how then did you get to start playing organized football outside of school?
Okay. So my official team lapha ngaklasa khona was Italian Vision.
Which year was that?
At that 22, 18, 2014.
Okay.
2014. That's where I started to play for 2013, sorry. Because I finished school 2012, and then I had a break period where I was thinking what I should do next, if I should go to college or should. So at that time, that's when I was introduced to Italian Vision. At that time, I don't think it was a vision. It was
Otrix Spares.
because they changed the. Yes, exactly. So umdala wami had a friend there uSizwe, and then told him ukuthi nentwana yami lapha, I think he might be a good fit for i-team yakho, ngicela umzamo. And then he took me there for wantatha iwiki yonke yodlala. First training, ucoach wavele wahle wathi umfana siyamfuna, nansi i-contract, nanka amaphepha.
Who was the coach at that time?
Udima uMakhosi.
Okay, yeah.
Udima coach at that. So it does everything. Lo mdala abadala uyazi, like third division, it's not like so serious nje abantu. Okay, so sikunikeza $5 a week ukuthi ugade, stuff like that. We work on salary yakho. At that time, I think I was getting $20, I think, per month.
Okay.
So $20 imali yangikhona yayingabuyi futhi ayikho asuka kudala ebholeni hey. So i-Otrix Spares sadlala Division 2, and then we got relegated because last games ama-players ayengasabuyi because ayengaholi. Kwakuhlala kuliwa imali, ama-salary and stuff like that, and then ama-players ayengasabuyi ku-training. So ama-last 3 games, I think sadlala siyi-9 eground. Wasichaya kakhulu. Then we got relegated. That's when Nkomo came into the picture. Nkomo came into the picture. He was like, okay, I'm working on a project. Ibizo lachintshwa kwaba Italian Vision, kwabuya coach uThano.
Yes.
That was the year uThano lapha afika khona ethimini. Everything changed. Third league sawina. Sawina, I think, points or so, because saba le draw one, but we won almost all the matches. So we qualified, went to second to Division 2, and then we won Division 2 and officially went to Division 1. So Goma wins now until we got to Division 1. So yeah, that was my first. Television was my first upcoming army. Television, Lama trials, because at my time in television, that's where I went for my trials. Ocho, and sure you were also there.
Yes. No, what used to happen is Elizabeth, we met when we were doing a project to get a junior league. So then we would then, after our games, our juniors we would then play social games, and we ended up going with him to Cholocho to play there, not knowing that it was an interview. So from there on, whenever it was preseason, he would always ask me, Brakesa, come through and help me build a team. Because, when you're coaching, you manage to see a lot when you not hands-on, when you're at a vantage point and you're watching some people do the trainings and all that. You notice a lot of things. So, he would then ask us, me and the late Praviri, and also at times Ugenito, Zimba. So yeah, that's what used to happen. That at every preseason would take over preseason, yeah. So that's when one of the years where you came in. But what happened? Because you were one of the outstanding players, and we were like, low, we're humble. And this way, so I was like, Mfano Italian Vision, low is saying he has to go to school or what. Or you going to school or chai.
I negotiate. I'm sure we did the trials and they said I passed the trial. So we later went back at Cholocho. My players, we had to go to camp there, and that's where we were going to sign our contracts and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't remember who Ngubani at the time. My manager, he called me at office and he was like, Mbeke, all right, Fanami, that point, when you want to say in Tuana, but we would like to have Cholo and so once we can build the play around you, you can be our lefty back. This is just the contract ayibhalwe signing on $5. Sala lapha wawungela. Wawungela sala. At the time, I was thinking, which okay, I don't need demand. I just need to play. If Division One can I can probably move. If I do good, I can probably move in 6 months or in 1 year. And then I called Umtala. Ngathi ngifonela Umtala wahleka kakhulu. Wathi lawa bahlala ngawo njani. Make up some story or something, phenduke endlini so ubonela iplan. So yeah, that's how our negotiations ended up.
Yeah, because I remember talking to Sese and I asked him, Kati, Umafana, because I think I had then seen you back at Talent Vision, and I was like, "Kati, what happened to Umafana?" I was like, no, Umafana, he has to go back to school, so akasakwanisa ukuhlala kabi eCholocho.
Akunzima but umdala le was decision umdala yenza. Otherwise, if kwakuyimi, I would probably stay.
He would have stayed.
Yes, but umdala wathi hayi, no, so have the Talent Vision. So ngathi ngihamba ku-Talent Vision, increase everything. I remember that was the first time I held $1,500 as a signing on fee.
Eish.
That's when I bought my first car. In fact, umdala lami with already umdala wayethenga imoto already, but wathi evele ukuyayithatha eNamibia, was it? Debi Nokia. So imoto yayikhona endlini, and then I was like, okay, mdala asenzeni kanje. So instead ukuthi mina ngithenge enye imoto njani, let's just buy an engine for this car because iGolf ngesikhathi zangu for it was a really nice car. And then but Talent Vision, I started getting, was it $200 US salary. Yayibuya every month. Unkomo ekubuyeni kwaNkomo ku-Talent Vision changed everything for that team. Even manje, like you can tell ukuthi okay, the team manje, the structure, there's everything. Although the problem, like in Zimbabwe, becomes difficult sometimes to support the poor if because then Unkomo is a gold mining boss. Into only mining, so sometimes the quality that wants to sometimes and then you start having problems but I think him is doing very well for a person who ends Ayeto. He's paying big salaries and according to my players that I talked to at Talent Vision, everyone happy there.
Okay.
Pretty amazing.
So then there's a time when you were at Talent Vision when there were movements that saw you and some other guys moving abroad, and even like as you're saying, Guti Umdala Unkomo tries a lot to make things happen at Talent Vision. We saw a time when even coaches from abroad were brought in to Italian Vision, and they even had some partnerships with people from Congo, people from all over the world, and as a result, you guys moved abroad. Can you take us through what happened there?
Okay, so I had in 2014, I was going to college. Umdala Nkomo from Talent Vision, he paid for my intuitions army for those
What were you
2 years.
studying?
So I was studying maths, economics, and geography.
Okay.
I wanted to do geology. I was always
Mhm.
interested in geology on rocks and finding gold and things like that. So that's what I wanted to pursue. So
Mm.
2014 and 2015, I was in college. I think I made a deal with my parents. I'm going to go to college, but for your sakes, if
Mm.
in Pasa, I'm going to leave school and officially try ukufaka ibhola first. I
Okay.
need to go to my trainings. I need to start going to gym. I need that. I want to see what ibhola is and tatama.
Mm.
So in the year Italian Vision, where we went to Division One, in the year where we went to Division One, I went to a paid bridge to a Premiership team, which was called
Was it Border Strikers
what
or
was it?
Atletico?
What broadcast? Yes, that was the club. At the time, it was coached by Usol Chaminok. So I was there for 6 months. But angitholanga game time because I had my problems from registration from television to be the strikers.
Mm.
So after 6 months of training and watching my matches bedlala, I had to go back to Italian Vision and continue. You know what? If izinto zihlupha, just come back home. Sizobona plan. So in my first week, Strena Mbuyela back to Italian Vision on was it June or July when we had our trials and everything. Uh, we got introduced to a Congolese agent who came with 2 coaches. So one of the coaches, Julius, was the one who was going to take over for the rest of the season, for this 30 season, and then the other one was just looking for 2 strikers. At the time, I was coaching a Czech team called the Mistake, which was on the division, which was in the second league, which is like Division One. So he came there, Babuya, and then they offered us a prize after a game, the Toronto, and they said, okay, anyone who plays good, we're going to give you a soccer boot, which was a Nike Mercurial. I still remember that soccer boot. Hey, I'd never seen anything so nice. Hey, Lama class, hey, Lama stats, Lama class, white, orange, and blue color. Soccer boot. That soccer boot was nice. So they told us, okay, you play good, we'll give this soccer boot to one lucky player who play or
It's going to be
the last in the
outstanding.
game.
Mm.
Yes. So Sadala, everything was good. I think I managed to score 2 goals in that game, and I was officially the outstanding player. Wanigeza mini shooters, which made me very happy. So after that, after a month or two of playing Ama games, the agent of that's the time where he told us, okay, so there are 6 players that we're going to select. They're going for trials in a team in Slovakia called FC Vion. iVioni ngesikhathi khona yayisadlala ku-first league. Currently kade sibadlala ku-second league, same league lale engidlalayo. So basically bathi beqeda ukusitshela ukuthi kuzaba nama-6 players azahamba, bazabe besitshela amabizo at the time. So they said, maybe 1 month before i-season iphela, we'll tell the guys so that you can prepare yourself for Europe. We played game, television. We almost won the league at that time, and the Blair Chiefs also was the time lapho efuna ukungena khona ku-Premier. They bought like quality players. That Blair Chiefs team was outstanding. Saqeda siku-number 2 that season. Blair Chiefs angena ku-Premier, and then we did the last trainings. I broke my hand in December. Khonapha next year yakhona kwakumele next year yakhona end of January kwakumele travel to Slovakia. So I broke my hand
playing for Talent Vision or playing Squawka football.
I was playing for Talent Vision. I actually got injured in last training. Like we trained today, we're going to off season. Last training, I went into a 50-50 challenge with someone wangikhulela ave ngizama ukubhalansa ngesandla. Isandla sathi saqhamuka satwist. Ngithi sengizama usukuma manje ngibona isandla siyaxega. Umdala wayekhona uNkomo, and he said, hey, uthatha nomfana ngifakeni phakathi kwemoto ngigijimiseni esibhedlela. So ngahamba esibhedlela bamfaka i-plaster, and they said ukuthi because you know sometimes uyakwanisa ukuthi uqamuke isandla and then bakwanisa ukuthi besibisele and then bese befaka i-plaster. But now he said the process can be painful, and I don't think it's necessary ukuthi senze njalo. So we wait for the swelling to go down, and then sizo-operate. So after 2 weeks, I did the operation, and it was a success. And then all I needed was this card to recover and stuff. But umdala wathi okay, wena don't worry mbeke, i-position yakho of going to Europe, it's not like everything still goes according to plan. You go no matter what. Sandla sakho siqinile sinjalo uzahamba. So I was like, okay, so it's good. We went to South Africa, did the process visa. My visa to Puma after a month, and we officially traveled in 28th of January. Sahamba eVioni Slovakia. Hey, I thought first time in Slovakia. You know, like in January, February, it's a winter season, so August snow and everything. Can you imagine? The agent doesn't tell us, hey guys, it's cold, Dilana. So when you mawuphakathi kwe-plane, you have to wear something warm. Thina manje amapatapata navele ngishaye ipatapata, ngishaye le shoti, le skipa. Yabona abantu bazikhanyela, wonke umuntu ugqoke amajakhethi. Yathi kwenzakalani lapha? Ukuthi siyaphuma phandle -5 degrees. Luckily u-agent lowana wayesiphathela amajakhethi nje ezinye izinto zokuthi skiphe warm. So siphathela amajakhethi phakathi kwe-suitcase ngangilayo ama-jean and stuff. So thatha ama-jean, amajakhethi i-agent elasiphathela wona. Sabe sihamba endlini yakhe uyasayina ama-contracts. So we signed ama-agent contracts, and then we went on the next day ukuyatraina le-Vioni. So as you know, sahamba siyi-6, kwakuyimi, Jabulo Mpofu, Tawanda Mchaya, Leroy
Monyorovi,
Monyorovi, Bencube, le Congolese. Ngithiwa ngubani nathi? Sengikhohlile ibizo lakhe, but wayevele eCongo. angakwanisa ukukhuluma isikhiwo
Mhm.
it was so funny. But manje he can speak actually good English. He's still in Belgium. JP is still in Slovakia. Lami Utawanda, I think he's now playing for ZPC Kariba. And then Crispin Nuve, last I heard, I think not Playa Chiefs. What's that? Playa City. Playing in Playa City. And yeah, basically that was the story summary of coming to Slovakia.
So then you got there in winter. Now, how easy then was it, or how difficult was it now to adapt to playing under those cold conditions? Because in Zimbabwe, you're playing under the hot sun, it's 3, but there you're now playing under very, very cold conditions, more minus.
Honestly speaking, it was a very difficult time for us. Everyone struggling. I remember there was a time training where I had to go out because Amazon is freezing. So I tell coach, coach, I can't anymore. I feel
I
you
can't feel my toes.
I can't feel my toes. I was just okay. You can go and take a shower, take a hot shower, make sure everything is right. Because like sometimes when it comes to cold conditions, you can actually lose nerves up due to if Amazon can too much or
Mhm.
can too much for a long time, it's possible for you to lose the feel like for the rest of your life because
Mhm.
it kills of the body. So, hey, it was really difficult for sure, for sure, for sure. And Mina, Lo Tawanda, who couldn't make the team. So Uliroy, the Congolese striker, them bona, they were done deals. But if you figure Slovakia, Lana, they went every the mistake, which is a Czech team. So
Mhm.
for them, deals were done. For the rest of us, about 4, we were on trials. So me and Tawanda, we had to leave. It was still with I we take with JP to Crispin. So JP to Crispin was and then me now I went to Puho, which was on the third league.
Mhm.
Puho offered good conditions at the time. They had everything. Puho before they played our Champions League, I think once they Barcelona. Because ngathi ngifika stadium kankhona my pictures of them playing there. Manager ngitshela ukuthi my sponsors after some time they disappeared on them, so that's why bedlala ku-third league. But yona the stadium sankhona sasilo-pool phakathi and sauna and everything, so it was really good then.
Mhm. So now, as you are being released by this team where you started, do they then give you a detailed report to say, you, Mbege and Tawanda, we did not sign you because of ABCD, or you were just let go just like that?
What happened? The agent he just came and told us, which guys, we found you a new team, so we thought the agent just told us, Mbege, Tawanda, pick up your bags. We're going to another club. So Tawanda went to a team called Nove Zamki, which is in the third league still now. And then me and Alam Ngahambi, where I spent 2 seasons, 2 years, 2 years.
So now, in the past episodes that we have done, some players that moved abroad, especially to non-English speaking countries, have brought up the issue of maybe not being able to even understand the contracts that they are signing, leading to maybe even issues to do with salaries and all that. How was your case when you moved to Slovakia?
Exactly the same. I think these agents, but advantages of of your hunger of wanting to play a Europe. At the time, I was young. I was like 20 years old. Growing up, and the thought of being in Europe, like when someone tells you, bruh, you're going to Europe, you'll be thinking, since I sign ama-million, since I lokhu, ngiyathengela abazali indlu lezimota la, and ama-agent apho afika, vele kuyasithatha e-airport, bahle bahambisa straight endlini zabo. Bafika bafaka ama-contracts phambi kwethu. At that time, there's nothing that you can do. You'll be thinking, if I don't sign this, they won't book any ticket. It's a
And the contract is written in what? In English or in their local languages?
Yeah, but in local language, so you can't see anything, you don't know anything. But you'll be thinking, what's the worst that could happen if you sign a look? Unless you contract, you would be a slave server for the next 10 years. But probably highly unlikely at this at this time and age.
Mm.
So we've signed the contracts, no questions asked. Wonke umuntu pen the paper, and then bahambisa kuma-transit. It's a very, very, very. I think a lot of young players who are going to come, like non-English speaking countries, they need to be taught about this so each and every time you just need to read the contract. You have the confidence of saying, okay, these guys, they need me also as much as I need them. Because if you're a good player, you are going to get a lot of agents writing you, hey, I'd like to bring you to Europe, maybe go over like Udale, Africa and things like that. I think they really need an education program for isn't so that you can't just sign your contracts without reading them or knowing what you're in for.
Mm-hmm. Then take us through the 2 years that you spent. You try when team yankona Poho. Poho.
Yes, Puho, yes.
So take us through those 2 years.
After Vion, I went to Puho. That was 2017. I'm sure that was the time when we came and I failed my trials with Vion. And yeah, one introduced Puho. The coach was nice. The manager could speak English, so I understood. Listen to coach, though he doesn't speak English, but a football language is one. Just need to play football, and if you're a good player, you don't even need to speak to anyone. Though as time goes on, you still need to learn like I'm a basic, like hey, men behind or hey, alone, 10 isn't as a ball. So in those 2 years, Nsepuko were one of the best years in my season. I actually have my YouTube videos when I was playing Epuhu, and that was the time I transitioned from being a winger to being a number 8 and number 10. Sometimes I played 6, so I became like a central midfielder. Yeah. So Epuhu had an ambition of going to his second league. At the time when they were in the third league, we played and finished. We finished second, and then we qualified the next season to go into second league. So that's the year where I left, and I was like, I'm homesick, man. 2 years in Europe, let me go home. With these qualifications of having played in Europe, I think I might find a first league team in Zimbabwe. So that's when I was introduced to the Islanders.
Mm-hmm. Then now I assume growing up in Bulawayo, you knew how big Bulawayo Highlanders was or is, and maybe it's a team that you grew up supporting. How was the feeling now of joining Highlanders?
The Islanders it always been a dream of mine and my dad's. In Tara, we went to as many Highlanders matches as we could. And even manje, Tara, Mpole PF Compana, so wherever is there, and when I got the opportunity at the time, Dinda was the one who was coaching. So we had a trial. Was it Harsfield? We had a trials at Hartsfield where At that time, they were doing like what in mock trial. Like Bona, they already with phone, but we want to see how do you actually play. So I went there, did the trial, Martin Dawakulu Malame after, and he told me, okay, so officially you can join the team, and talk to managers of Fonera, and then you make some arrangements on how you're going to register and how you're going to sign a contract, and you can negotiate from there. So it was a really good feeling because I knew about Tama fans and everyone knows which most likely Islanders need to put some maximum effort because those fans, so really good fans.
Mm. And how?
I don't think he,
Yes.
I was saying I don't think ukuthi kule team which is ama-fans like i-Islanders ngoba eZimbabwe.
Mm. So, how can you describe your stint with Highlanders? Because, like, for instance, Mina, who knew you during your Otrix Space Talent Vision days, who knew what you could do? Because when you came to Pumula to play against Toronto, you were coming to play against my team. So there is a game where you destroyed us coming from the bench by the time you were being coached by Utsano, Cosmas Zulu. So I was even like singing your praises, like telling my journalism colleagues, would this boy is bad news. But then, do you really feel like you really had the opportunity to shine at Highlanders? Do you feel like your stay there was fruitful?
It was fruitful at some point because I got to see the different side of football. You know, when you're playing Talent Vision, you have like 60, 70 fans, which can't actually give an influence to how the team plays. Like O Highlanders, you have 5,000 people, you have the coach there, coach who wants to do well because if you don't do well, I'm fans they will talk, and there's a lot of pressure when it comes to playing for Highlanders. You need to perform, well, and just give it your all. I like the fact that Yama fans, Islanders, they really play Mama players because these things they put a lot of pressure on the player to not playing good. At that time, I think we didn't have like such a great season, but we could win. Just going to start my points lana for my teams, but it was a difficult. It was a difficult season, and at some point, I mean, I think it was fruitful. I got to play. I'm at different positions. Yeah, Islanders. I think it was the first time that I left the pick, and I think I did pretty well in position. Though it's quite difficult sometimes, which you've never played a position before, and mind you, someone is expecting you to do well in that position. But if you're a football player, you understand which okay, mind your coach needs someone who plays like this. So Mbege, you're the player who plays like that. So we need you to be there.
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay, then how then did you depart from Highlanders? Because you kind of just disappeared, and I remember there's this young man that I used to coach Pumula, and he loved going to Mud South to play these money games, like the gold barons there in Mud South would organize matches and all that, and he would come back and be like, Brakeza, do you know there are so many talented players that are now in Mud South there? There's like the likes of Abotoa. I think Utoa, his real name is Sylvester Ndlovu. Played for
Yeah.
Vanti Rovers Juniors and Highlanders Poso 90. And at some point, he was like, Even Umbege, Umbege, I saw him there. He's now quit Highlanders. Is now playing these money games and into mining. And there's also this player from Zim Leopards. I forget his name, but he's now playing for Kwanda Pirates. So quite a number of boys that he would name that he knew that I knew. So I was like, so this guy has left Islanders and gone to become a Makorokoza. And I was surprised when I then saw your clip when it was being said. Umbege is saying, Umbege Zelimanzini is saying, can you please, national team selectors, can you please maybe have a look at me? And I was like, is this the same Umbege Zelisbanda? Because now he's using Umanzini. Because the Sibanda that I know, the last I heard of him, he was in Mad
That's
South,
the my
according to reports that were coming through. How then did you then leave Highlanders?
after Islanders, honestly speaking, go Islanders, we had a lot of problems financially, and ama-salaries engabuyi, ama-bonuses engabuyi. I'm sure you read about these things on news. Players are not training, they didn't come to training because of salaries not paid, outstanding salaries. So it's quite difficult, to make much decisions imali, not based on ukuthi you performed well. Because mina Islanders, I had a 3-year contract. So I wanted to stay there for sure for 3 years, but I I didn't want to go through something like that. Like, the more value Europe, and every month, awubuzi umuntu, salary yakho just comes. Ding, ding, ding. At the 10th of every month, salary yakho comes. And manje, when you are transitioning to having to write to manager, ezakalani ngathi salary and things like that, kunzima. You need to pay rent, kumele uthenge ukudla, you need imali for i-transport. So izinto ziba nzima at some point. And I was like, I can't go through this. It's better I go back to Europe. I tried to going back to Europe. So isizini yathi iphela, I had a conversation, no-manager weboss. And I told him ukuthi, manager, you can see la uyazibonela. I don't think ukuthi wena even now abantwana bakho abafuna ukuthi bephile impilo enje. So just release me. I'll find another way. Kuthiwa ngubani ngathi lwana? Nhlanhla, CEO.
Yes, Nhlanhla, do.
I was angitshintsha ngisiya khona ngale ema-ofisini e-Highlanders, trying to get out of my contract. But we have a contract now for 3 years, so you have to pull through my 2 years and this. And then my fight, they started there, and it was difficult. I wasn't for sure. So March, I wanted to go to South Africa, and then that's where COVID started in 2020. It was COVID, so everything was on hold. As you know, Umhlaba Wonke was on hold. And after that, Go Islanders, they finally released me in June. And so here in Aliana, that's the year I went a mine. Funny story about the mine, because I'm sure at the time of COVID, so no one was allowed out. So I was training Abang Bam. I would go Exeni and I would go Tabama. I had like 2 training sessions a day. We trained. Next morning, I want 10 abantu. Next morning, I want 15. Sesiqala ukudlala ama 7v7. And then one of my friends came up with an idea. He was like, "Bra, kunomuntu engimaziyo emapisa. Kunomuntu engimaziyo emapisa. Amapisa at that time, even though kwakule COVID, abantu they were living normal lives. Umuntu wawuhamba anyway, laba bahamba khona. Awazi abantu bemayini vele abazingeni lezi eze-town lezi. And so we had an idea ukuthi let me call someone ule team khona ngale. Singakwazi ukuthi sihambe siyodlala i-friend. So umdala lo kuthiwa nguSpencer wathi eSanetsen. ESanetsen. Mapisa, sorry. Esanetsen. So what okay, ngizalithatha i-fuel and everything that you need. Malifika ngapha kule lunch and everything. So sadinga ikhombi sangena sahamba emapisa sadlala. After the game kwathutsha omunye umjida la uPhana. Kuthiwa nguPhana is one of the owners yama mine khona ngale. It was like yazi if ungayenzi lutho etown ngizobe ngufonela ngama-weekends uzodlala ethimini yami because thina siyadlala ama-tournament almost every week, so siyabheja siyabe sikupolisa bathi lapho kule mali no problem, but just call me makunjalo. Yeah, and then next week yangikhona I said bra kule tournament lapha i-15,000 top 4, so ungakwanisa ukuthi usidingele amanye ama-players. Yikho lapha engaqalisa khona ukubiza Sylvester and all these other players abavela koBulawayo. We had a really strong team and we took a lot of money lapha. So ngangeyami mina eyami imali yokuthi ngibuyile, babenginika like 1,000 rands and then sasithi singawina ukushare izimali. So that's how I got into ama-tournaments mine. And then I was like, you play a lot of people, so that's who I was. Idlalela ibhoso and things like that. Bekudingani lapha izinto ezinjalo. But it was quite an experience because I almost wasala kancane ukuthi sibili ngibe ngugweja for fully gweja, ngibe ngugweja like because undodelwana at some point wathi Mbeke, you don't need, akula need yokuthi uhambe etown uphenduka. If ungela into oyenzayo ngunomgodi wami lapho ungakwanisa ukuthi ungene uthole imali and then liyakhika end of the month. And then I was like, kanti vele ngiyenzani endlini, ngcono ngizihlalele mina khona lapha, hamba ngathatha impahla zami ngabe ngihlala emayini khona ngale. So ngangena phansi emgodini futhi siyagiga igolide and everything. Sengikwazi konke khona lokho manje khathesi.
So the geology dream came through.
Hayi akunzima, but I actually had a lot of fun emayini khona ngale because you meet amanye ama-character khona ngale, ayawazi vele, but inkinga manje ngemayini abantu abanathayo ngale mayini they drink a lot because of ama-hardship that comes with the umsebenzi of working every day. And abanye kulo munye indoda angihlezi eceleni kwakhe ngitshela ukuthi bra thina siyanatha because you never know, kusasiyethu ungena emgodini ufe, you know. So I was like, indoda lo so is living impilo yakhe in thinking ukuthi kusasa singavuke ngekho. Khona that's when I came back to my senses. Now I said I must ngikwanisa ukuphila impilo enje. So I made my way back koBulawayo. I talked to that guy uPhana ukuthi put us la uyabona, when you're saying ukuthi I'm a good player, so help me, ngizama ukungisponsor ngezimali so I can make my way to Europe. That's where I started again writing my managers which I knew from Slovakia, and I told them, hey, I need to come back. If you still need my players, I'm here. Tell me what I need and everything. And then that's when I got introduced to coach owahambisa ethimini le engidlalelayo khathesi. So in 2020 COVID yaphela. 2021, that's when I did my first try of coming back to Europe, playing team okuthiwa iChascote. So team le ekuthiwa iChascote after COVID baba lama problems, like a lot of teams in Slovakia ayehla to a lower league because of financial problems due to
COVID.
so Ichascotlele was supposed to help me do my papers and things like that. And then after a month, umanager lo wabembhalela wathi bra team ayisekho. But there's someone that I know all the ambition of going to an upper level. So I'll forward you numbers of Coach Wanko. And to my surprise, coach could speak English. So he called me one day like, okay, Sunny, I have a deal for you. If you want, you can come to Slovakia and we'll take care of everything. We'll take care of the papers, we'll take care of the flights and everything that you need. So I make my way to Pitori to do the paperwork and submit the visa. So basically, that's the story of how I came back to Europe. So Martin Figalapi team was on the fourth league, and then we qualified for a third league. We finished with third league second place, and then on the next season, that's where we qualified for a second league. Now we're playing professional second league, Slovakia, where I'm currently the captain.
What you want? What pickers? What team?
Yeah, I almost keep my heart as a team, so it's a great honor for me. I might be making history teaming since I'm the first black guy teaming league or teaming captain. So
Serious?
honor, yes.
Are there any dreams of maybe playing at a higher level? So the highest level there is what it will be League One.
League One. It's League One.
So are there any dreams maybe of moving up and playing in League One, or because you are now the captain, maybe the perks of being the captain are enough such that it does not make sense or economic sense for you to then move up and maybe to a team that will not treat you as you are being treated right now?
Well, all I can say is Slovakia is full of great teams. Second league and my first league. So, as to your question, I would like to play highest level for Slovakia. Though I think most of our managers they're looking at your age and checking, okay, how old is he? How many years is he going to give me? If he's really a good player, how many years is he going to give me? So, as managed, I'm going to turn 31, which is difficult managing for a first league club who is on maybe we want you to those notice because I'm sure they can find a younger midfielder who can probably do what I'm doing or maybe even more. But obviously you can't compare experience to my ages. When you're older, you have more experience, so you use the ball better and things like that. I would like to go on the first league for sure, 100%.
So now there is this issue that caught my attention, or that made me realize, so this guy is still active. This guy is no longer a coach there. He's now back playing football in Slovakia. It was after you had posted on social media or wherever that it is your wish to be noticed, maybe, and given a run out, given a try in the national team. Maybe can you expand on that?
Yes, it's every football player's dream to present your country. It's such a great honor, and I would like to be given a chance. And I think with my performances and my videos, uh, I think like I don't know because it's been so long that I've been trying to get the attention in the national team, and according to a lot of people, it's like you need to have someone to talk to someone who's going to talk to someone. So it becomes like a long process, and a lot of players, but write this one. You need to write this one. He can try to help you. This one knows the guy who knows the guy. So at some point, as a player, you want to concentrate on yourself. You want to concentrate on making money for your family, and the concentration right now for me is okay. Whatever comes, but if the opportunity comes, it comes. If it doesn't, then I'm okay with it.
So have you written to anyone to try and get to the national team? Did you do that? Is they,
Yes, I did. I've written a lot of people, and a lot of people have written me, bruh, okay, maybe you need to pay like $500 so we can try to do this and that. And I'm like, hey,
Mm.
I'm not paying anything here. So those are the difficulties that I came with in terms of trying to get to the national team.
Yeah,
Of course, it's easy, which I know, which I may go alone for sure. So
but it has to be easy. It has to be easy because, they were here in the UK recently. They could have been like, this is an opportunity for us to see Europe-based players. Guys, can you maybe fly over, take part in our training camp? Given the guys that are here in the UK, there are so many names that are being thrown about. Aboli Ndlovu. So they could have just said, "Dude, come through, just train with us." So that we can observe you, because what's happening now is you are now maybe as you are writing and trying to attract the attention of the people that matter. That's why you are now maybe attracting these vultures that are now saying, can you pay so much so that we can facilitate? There should be no facilitation. It should be just a case of saying, okay, we've got so and so who is in Cyprus. Like you were saying, there is a striker who is in Cyprus there. We should give everyone an opportunity to come and display what they are made of and see if we can utilize their talents. So yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that maybe the pathways are not that clear when it comes to playing for the national team. Because now, as you were saying, you are now 31. The other argument that is going to be raised by a section of supporters is like, he's too old now. Because it's what people were saying about, this striker, Ulindlov, was based here. They would be like, he's too old now. But you can't say someone is too old without maybe giving them a chance to come and train against those 20-year-olds and see how he performs against those youngsters.
true. It's true. It's true. Me, I think what is the problem, or it's not a problem, but Zimbabwe has a lot of players who are based in Europe, much. Like, if you go on official records, who's a Zimbabwean, you'll find Uti probably emhlabeni la, going from the USA, UK, and everywhere, you'll find at least 5 to 6 Zimbabwean players there. So there's a lot of players. Man, it's just a matter of connections, of how good are your connections. And so thinking it up, which it becomes now difficult to just select someone with, okay, manje sizazamalo, manje sizazamalo, manje sizazamalo. It's a long process. Because in national team, it's like an official team. You can't say this week udlalisa laba by-20 and then next week you play another 20. It becomes difficult to manage, which I understand. So if you're going to change my players, you probably have like 10 players or as you would lava first team 100%, and then you just pick, okay, for half time or 80 minutes, we're going to introduce this one, this one, and this one. So the national team, since Yona is officially a team, it becomes difficult for you to check out someone and put someone in that you haven't tested yet.
Yeah, so maybe the trick Tenny, in the past, the Warriors would play against the PSL Select. It could be also be facilitated. Those facilitators should facilitate for Europe-based players to play against the Warriors. Say, for instance, like there was an opportunity when they were here. Maybe even just the UK-based players, say UK-based coaches, can you please quickly put together a squad that is going to play against the Warriors when they are here for their training camp, preparing for the Unity Cup. So it's something that can be done. It's something that really can be done. So, like you have UK-based players, you have the Warriors, you have the rest of the world, you have a South Africa Select, PSL Select. All those players come through maybe to Zim, you play in a round robin format. The cream is going to rise to the top. If Umbege is good, the supporters will endorse you. The
For sure.
supporters will scream and whistle in joy whenever you get hold of the ball and maybe you do your passes, you do your moves and all that. So that's my thought. Would maybe such should happen because just ignoring all these players that are there and are playing out there. You can't just be made a captain of a team in a foreign land if you are not performing. There has to be something that you are doing quite well. So, as a country, we should be maybe in a position to say, if this guy is impressive there, why can't he come and do duty for us? Well, so much about that one. Maybe like you talking about you were able to negotiate your way, contact coaches and managers that you had worked with, and were able to get back to Slovakia there. Are you not now maybe in a position whereby you can start facilitating for more players from Africa, maybe to make those moves to Slovakia? Because if you are doing well, I think you should be maybe quite influential, maybe to put in a word to your coach. Coach Alu, I was back home and there is this guy who is doing well, so that maybe we
Mm.
get more players playing in Europe. Have you ever considered that?
Well, I have brought some players before, but mind you, the process of getting players of getting someone here has been quite difficult. Um, so before we used to be able to just give the players the contracts and the accommodation letters and everything so that they can make their way here and get like visa because you have like two visas. There's the visa type C and the visa type D. Visa type C being a tourist visa, but that one when it expires you need to go back. The visa type D was the one that I was doing before. I bought one player. I don't know if you know him, Muprev Sibanda.
Mm, mm, mm,
Wina
mm.
ngadlala
Yeah,
la
yeah.
so yena la ukhona lapha wafika kimi ethimini i-team because mina ngathi ngifikile the same year ucoach lo owner weclub wambuza wathi do you have another player omaziyo ongafuna ukubuya ngapha. Then I
Mm,
introduced to Brett, did everything for him same like ukuthi lamba ngenza kanjani. He made
mm,
his way but wasuka waba lama-problems then they had to take him to another club so he can recover there maybe lower league.
mm,
So currently he's still in the same team,
mm,
but in lower leagues. I think he has a problem, like
mm,
if we have too many injuries, our coach they can't keep paying you if you're not playing, especially
mm.
if you're a foreigner. If you're a foreigner, things are always difficult.
Yeah.
But manje, it's really difficult.
Well,
I wanted to bring
the process is now much more difficult. Okay.
to bring someone. You need a professional team.
Mm,
You need to register player of a professional league, if you're registering someone, you need to have there's the amount that you need to pay association of Ebola. So they can't do that without first trying the player. Of which if you send the invitation to the player, they reject the visa, saying, okay, you have to register the player. So I think as in Slovakia, they're trying to
limit immigration.
Yes, exactly. They're trying to do that. So manje it's been difficult 100%.
Okay, maybe it will need like someone maybe to put like video packages of the players there, so that the club at least gets an idea what this is how the guy performs, so that they can then say, it's just lesbindi, so we can register this one, so that then the process is smooth.
For sure.
Yeah. So, all right. On a lighter note now, looking back at your career, which match can you say, this is my most memorable match? Lapha any match that comes to mind?
I've played a lot of good matches. I think it was the last 2 months ago. 2 months ago, we were playing against a team lana which is called Machinit League game. We're playing home, and in that game we had a red card, and so Pusha winger to had a red card. So I was Tata, another player from the middle, from keeper out. So we were only 2 in the middle match, and I performed really well that game. The coach even came and I was like, why are you playing in this team? Why am I premier? The connections and connect now. You know, number players were coming, a good player. So if something comes up, I'm going to write you definitely. So yeah, I think that was my best match.
Then your worst match, it's either you could have been playing Utaga or you had a moomish moment. Which one comes to mind?
Away game, Wange.
Highlanders.
Yes, when I was at Highlanders.
What happened?
Hey, the dressing room, engathi toilet, like it was like small. I don't know if it was 40 or 50 degrees. What would cheese that day? Like I want what would cheese that day, and in a second half, someone got injured. I think it was Kapupurik, left wing, got injured, and then he had to go out at like 30 something minutes. So having me, I was already tired from sitting, which is a so ngena vele ngangela energy. Ibhola lokuqala labuya langishaya umpimpiyo. And then I had to chase the ball, ngabe ngiclasha abantu, to yellow card. Second ball comes, ngazama ukuchesta ngentamo. Hey, kwaba buhlungu njani that day. Ngizwa amafenzi seqasa ukuthi boo. I was like, namhlanje kuchile for sure. That game was difficult. I think Ilanga contributed. Iwange is hot. And the amateur they were so small, so phakathi. I-dressing room yabo was so small.
Like a sauna now.
Hey, okulama window ayi-2 ayamancane. I'm sure maybe like 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. Elinye this side, elinye the other side. Elinye lebe lifesi ilanga. So ilanga lebe lingena phakathi erumini. That was so okuchisa that day, and that game ngangafuni ukudlala lami, honestly speaking.
So did you manage to recover and go on to finish the game? Kumbe waba yisaphi yaqinisa pulo?
Hayi, ngazange ngisabhule, but hey, that game was catastrophic shame for me. I've never played anything like that in Millennium. So yeah, I think that was the one. But we drew the match, drew a game on
Mm.
the Tinashe Makanda gave him the goal.
Mm. So maybe finally, the best 11 that you have played with in your career.
Best 11.
Mm.
Okule team ye-Talent Vision eyadla i-Bulawayo Chiefs by the time ifuna ukungena ku-Premier. uNkomo wangena was it $5,000? Was it $5,000? Wathi madoda sele ngadliwa ama-matches abuyayo, but this game nansi 5,000 wayibuyela phezu kwetafula. Imali leyingeni madoda, ningawina lapha selithethe. Mabizo ama-player amaningi I forget, but that game wonke umuntu he played. Hey, because umid kwakuyimi, Jabulo Mpofu, lo Brighton. Ku-right wing kwakulo-Tawanda engahamba la e-Europe. That striker ngo-Patrick, i-Congolese leli kuthiwa ngu-Patrick. Left wing, ku-right wing sasiloKhudu. Angazi ngikhumbula uKhudu.
Former Chicken in Junior, Nyamaza Kutwe.
Nguye kanye kwakunguKhudu. So imidi yayinjalo, and then ugoalkeeper kwakunguSam. Left back kwakungubani nathi left back? Mandla. I think kwakungumandla or uTerence. uTerence wayedlala ibhoso. uTerence, yeah, kwakunguTerence. And then center back sasilobani lapha? Ungubani nathi CP? Sengikhohliwe center back lawa. Sengakhohlwa ukuthi ngubani owangidlala center back. And then kwi-bench kwakulonjeleza striker. Mdala lwana madoda. Uyamkhumbula unjeleza? I think he's like a manager ku-Talent Vision. Still there. That one was the best 11. Satshaya iBulawayo Chiefs 3-0 that game. Asikho kuthatha imali lokho.
Serious?
Thatha imali. Sasithathela imali 3-0. I-Chiefs
So
City qualify for i-Premier League. But they were already up, I think, 8 points.
So i-result lena alisa-affectanga anything.
But that one was the Itimina Liana went on to finish the league without a lose, because also selecting ama-game ayi-3. They went on. Oh yeah, that was the best level in Talent Vision for sure.
Now umbuzo lo ngendlela mina answer ebengiyifuna ngithi like throughout the whole of your career uthi wena the best goalkeeper that I've played with is so and so. Right back engithi mina kumbe kathi sinxa kungathiwa selected team that can play against any other team from the people that I've played with. From your time at Talent Vision up until now, even khona ngapha lesingabaziyo ingamula.
Okay, for me, I think goalkeeper Pecho, weSlovakia. And then left back, our left goal Terence. Our Terence wayekwazi konke. Wayekwazi ukuchaya isicathulo we-Talent Vision. Ngisethi wayedlala Wildlanders. Wayekwazi ukuchaya isicathulo. Wayekwazi ukudlala clean. Yeah, but he was good. Lots of energy. Center back, I'll have to give it to Omoyo Ferry Presnichan. ngadlala la kuPhuhu bonke boyi-2 nomunye kuthiwa nguMichal Rishka bonke boyi-2 baba ngama-veteran but awongeke ukwanisa ukudlula and then defensive mid number 6 I have to give it to Uchipo la ngadlala la kuPhuhu and then 8 kuyaba kulami umid and then 10 nganikezwa uBrighton ngadlala la ku-Talent Vision yeah lo one and then sithi left wing kule nginigerian odlala e-Argentina kathesi edlala e-Argentina bathi Johnson yeah Tongo Johnson fast ungamcheck kathesi e-Argentina ku-Argentina League udlalela kuthiwa
Independent, I think Independente or something.
yeah. And then ku-striker striker ngiloni ku-Prince Du
Okay.
uPrince yonke into ayekhaba isegedini okusipha igoli angazi umfana lona wayephethe uPrince striker 100% and then right wing ngizayinika
Ray Lunga.
Highlander Ray Lunga good player first touch no angazi udlala ngaphi kade uRay
uRay ngangigcine eseyikubani kanti ngake ngakubulawayo Chiefs liyana lokuzayo ngagcina esuke ku-Highlander waya ku-team le ihambusweswe le eGweru waya kuShesham so ukuthi after Shesham waya ngaphi I'm not sure waphenduka obulawayo I'm not sure uRight back angizwanga mina
ubani
uRight back
uRight back lelinye iplayer lapho kuthiwa ngu-Adam Pavelka strong guy fast yayenza wonke kuyena Adam Pavelka for sure so
okay
yami
so now njengomuntu kuma-30s so maybe any chances of you maybe doing coaching badges there in Slovakia maybe to prepare yourself for life after football?
Coaching, I'm not so sure because in Slovakia, you actually need to speak the language if you want to coach here. And Slovakia, I think even the first stage cost something like 4,000 US dollars just to the stages. So as the stages go higher, the Malian corner like goes higher. So what you can end up paying to do everything, you might end up paying over 20,000 or something like that. So money-wise, coaching for me is out. And then what I would like to do, I would like to get a license to go by agent. So manje, what I'm trying is every time I go to play a professional team like Manje Second League, I talk to the coaches after the game. Like I would like to bring my players. Lana, if you want my players, can you please write me so that I can give you my details on my players. So that's what I'm currently trying to do. Which isn't always, you don't even need to be an agent. If you have a connection, you have someone that you know, a coach, here's the player, here's the coach, and then so bahlanganisa. Ukuthatha license nje the thing of making it official. I'm a team. Because some of our teams, some professional teams, they will ask you, hey, why are you doing this? Are you an agent or something? So showing that you are an agent. So I would probably do that. That's the way that I would go.
All right. So are you saying after all these years that you've spent in that country, you still can't speak the language?
I can, but it's difficult. To learning a language when you're older, it's really difficult. So I know I'm a basics. I can make a long conversation, but there are those words to pronounce even Lim Lam, you know.
Mm.
So trying, I can speak sometimes go restaurant like ordering something online or mamfuni taxi, I can do that.
Mm. Okay. No,
Awukho ngeke bekwanisa ukunyeka.
abangeke bekwanisa ukunyaka thisi.
Hayi, no, I can't.
But
Ngiyadala.
usafika any incidents maybe lapho wonke alaba bangiphathaphatha lapho.
I don't remember. No, no, no. My time Puho was magical. Also ngapha engikhona currently, just nice people, all smiles. I'm a fans and everything. Just everything's just flowing well.
Uh,
Slovakia is a lot of nice. It's a very nice country with the population of like 5 million people. So you can see which I no problems here so far. I don't think I've ever faced anything like that. Slovakia.
okay. All right, Daza. It's been fun chatting to you, and hopefully, the selectors, whoever selects the national team, will one day be like, "Ish, let us round up these guys that are based in Europe and other countries, and maybe have them come over for a training camp so that everyone can be assessed and you put up your hands and show what you are made of and hopefully make the national team. And also, like we said, congrats on being made the captain for your team there. Maybe any final words for the viewers out there?
Yeah. Crossed when the national team put us fingers crossed. And me, in all of my time playing football, I realized which you need a strong backbone because you are going to face a lot of disappointments. Any teams are going to walk over you. You're probably you're probably a good player, but there are stages to this thing. So you need a strong backbone and mentality. Because you see, as I was saying, which a lot of players had to quit football during COVID-19, and
Mm.
think me, mentally, I think I always knew which I was meant to play a certain level in football. So if you believe in yourself and believe what you are good, you need to be strong mentally and make sure that you keep going, attend those trainings, do extra training, whatever that you need to do to surpass the other player, you need to do it. No thinking, just action. Okay, that's all I can say.
And like in the Zimbabwean top flight, you only played for Highlanders. Do you feel like I so one or you have some unfinished business, maybe at Highlanders or with the Zimbabwean top flight?
For sure. I need to go back to Highlanders ngedlala position yami, which I'm currently playing like a central midfielder, and I would like to be given a chance again to come back home before I finish career yami and give it like one last round in my hometown. I would really love that for sure.
And thanks a lot, Jaza. You have yourself a wonderful day. And thanks for availing yourself so that we could chat on the Diaspora podcast.
All right, thanks, brothers. Thanks to you too.
Ciao.